The problem with real estate is that it's local. You have to understand the local market. Hello and welcome. My name is Ruben Austria, Coach Ru from Filipinos in Productions. Welcome to the show. Let's make it happen.
Filipino, 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 Filipino. Hoy pare, pakinggan nyo ko. Ito ng tunay na Pilipino. Galing sa baryo sa pambato. Pumunta ng LA, nagtrabaho.
Hello and welcome to today's show. Happy Friday. It is Freedom Friday. So we call it here at the Filipinos in Productions studio. My name is Coach Ru. I am the founder and creator of Filipinos in Productions. Today we are talking about the future of real estate. This is part of a 6-week series of events talking about the future of work. Today we're talking about the future of real estate. And why I bring up this quote is because it is a problem we are hoping to solve with something here we are creating at Filipinos in Productions. So more on that in a minute. Technology is changing every single industry that we know that's available. We all know AI is something that is going to be a force of nature to be reckoned with. What I have today for you is 3 amazing professionals who are in the real estate business that I've known for quite some time, really talking about having a discussion about how the landscape looks like, what has changed. In fact, we have our our lead speaker for today, Ronnie Puzon, who owns a local real estate sales office in Massachusetts. He's going to be starting off the discussion for us, and it's going to be an amazing conversation. If this is the first time that you're here watching us live, we encourage you to ask questions, make comments. Let us know that you're here. We'll acknowledge you. We'll answer any questions that you have for our live Q&A that we have later today. So before I go on further, I want to tell you a little bit more about who I am. As a founder of Filipinos in Productions, I'm building my own personal brand. For me, I'm Coach Ru. And the reason why I call myself Coach Ru is because I like to think that building a brand is something that every professional in business, or if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a side gig, whatever it might be, it's going to be something that is really important for the future as we think of it today in marketing and sales and just being relevant, really. So as a coach, my job is to just encourage people to promote themselves, be on camera, connect, collaborate, and create opportunities for themselves by building that brand. And that's why I'm here. That's why I call myself Coach Ru. So, and what we're building here, I want to bring on our producer, Emerson, to talk. So Emerson, hey, happy Friday.
Happy
Happy freedom.
Friday, everyone.
How's everything going, Emerson? You ready for another amazing future of work episode today?
Always ready, coach. Always ready.
Let's make it happen. So Filipinos in Productions is on a mission to create a platform that helps local leaders collaborate through live productions and in-person events, building a community experience that supports everyone. So Emerson, not everybody knows this, but we started doing this in the real estate realm.
Right.
and
Exactly. Learning local.
And learning local, right? We're going to be talking about learning local later. But now we've backed up, got the support and support and just really the participation of our fellow Filipino Americans.
Right.
And now we're really on our way to promote, not really on our way to launch Learn Local. So really, thank you for all your hard work over the years, and I'm excited for this show, kind of like launching Learn Local, so to speak.
Yes, sir.
So
That's why we're here.
that's why we're here. So if you're wondering how this works, well, I'm sorry, going back to the Future of Work Speaker Series, as I mentioned, this is our 3rd installment. We started with food, then finance, today's real estate. Next week, we'll be talking about education. After that, healthcare, and then technology overall. I'm doing this because my son's turning 10 at the end of April. He needs to gets exposure to what he might want to be doing in the future. And what better way to expose him to people I already know, like, and trust, and people that he can emulate. And what's great about this is that people that look like him, right, Emerson?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
so
Filipino.
Filipino. That's it. That's it. So the way this works, I'm a personality. Emerson is our producer. And by putting this platform together, it's really a platform for the people, by the people. And, my experience as a business professional, connecting, collaborating, and creating these opportunities really came from these organizations that you see here on the left. And that's what live community networking is about. So, Emerson, super happy for you to be here. Thank you so much. Starting next month, we'll be also promoting, opportunities for future live producers. And, you can say that you were on the ground level as this was being built, Emerson. It's exciting stuff.
Yes, sir. And I'll be here to stay and make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. All right. Well, Emerson, thank you so much for your help producing.
Thanks.
I'm going to start by introducing our influencers for the day. All right. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir.
All right. Great. Okay. As I mentioned, this community is for the people, by the people, and what I want to do right now is to really recognize the influencers that will be here speaking today. So what I'll start doing is I'll read a bio. Art Katapang is an experienced entrepreneur and business owner with over 25 years of experience in corporate executive roles with profit and growth accountabilities in large Fortune 500 companies to small family-owned businesses. He has a proven record of M&A, mergers and acquisitions, taking companies public, startup ventures, and business advisors to several industry segments: real estate, finance, and insurance.
Everything comes together. And one of the opportunities we have here, they're going to be entrepreneurs. And whether you're digital or you're a restaurant owner, or we've been exposed to many different business owners, and the ability that we can provide is, if you're going to open up a restaurant, you got to meet with a commercial realtor at some point, right? Either you're leasing or you're buying. So part of what we do is we create that foundation. Everything is also going to involve lending. So we really are the four-legged stool: real estate, insurance, construction, and lending. All comes together. Everybody that we talk to are going to touch those pieces.
That's it. Mr. Art Katapang, welcome. How are you, sir? Let's
hello. Hi, Ruben. Doing well.
Thank you so much for being back on the show, Art.
Hey, started off as a guest, and I've been elevated to co-host with you, brother.
Hey, man. Well, hey, as I say, if this platform were invaluable, they wouldn't come back. So you are back. Would love for you to just share with us what might be new in your world, Art. And thank you for being back on the show. Really appreciate you.
Well, the newest thing is that I'm a grandfather again for the second time. So I'm part of this legacy group, and the way I look at it, we are creating our legacy. Our legacy is our kids, our grandkids, and the business and what we offer to our clients. And so that's all about what I've been up to. Excited to really share. I mean, you use the word connect and collaborate. I think I'm all about education and learning, and I think most Filipinos believe in that. So that's sort of the word of the day, is to educate, learn, and share that knowledge I've accumulated all these years of being a business owner as well as a corporate exec.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Art. And certainly, again, we're going to have this conversation about the future of real estate, and happy to have you on board for that conversation. All right. So next up, we have Mr. Anthony Rivera. Anthony is a top real estate commercial real estate broker at Real Broker LLC, with over 15 years of experience across New York Metro and New Jersey markets. He specializes in retail centers, office buildings, industrial warehouses, and self-storage facilities. With hundreds of deals closed, his portfolio spans over 10 million square feet of commercial space.
We are a national coaching, training, and mentorship commercial real estate platform that essentially helps residential real estate agents learn to do commercial real estate. With that knowledge and network and know-how, now we're bringing it to the masses, and specifically love to bring it to our Asian American community because we need more representation, and that's why I'm here.
That's it. That's why he's here, Mr. Anthony Rivera. Anthony, what's going on, my brother?
How you doing? Happy Friday, guys. How's it going, Ruben? Art? Well, I'm really happy to be here with you guys.
Absolutely. Well, please, Anthony, tell us what's the latest and greatest with CRE Boss. Please do.
We're pretty much first quarter of this year has been on fire. Thank God. Commercial real estate has, my phone has been really ringing off the hook ever since, we've got this new administration and hopefully more manufacturing coming back to the U.S. So a lot of things are really percolating in our world of commercial real estate, especially in the worlds of industrial warehouse, multifamily development throughout the New York metro area. And we're really excited. So a lot of money is in motion, 1031 exchanges. But again, just continued collaboration with my business partners, such as, Art Katapang here and, Ronnie and so on. And of course, so it's really an exciting time right now for our industry.
Yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, if we were going to talk about real estate, I had to have you on because, as far as commercial real estate, boss,
thanks.
I know that you're here, there, and everywhere.
Yes,
you are as well. This is our first future of real estate conversation, and what better way to kind of start off on a very general note, and then hopefully we can kind of create more productions and shows that will essentially allow us to dig into the niches. Maybe we'll have a self-storage show in the future. Who knows?
Sure.
Real appreciate both of you guys for being here. As I mentioned, we'll be talking about the future of work. Without further ado, what I'd like to do is talk about the future of work. But before we actually even talk about the future of work, we're going to allow Ronnie Puzon the ability to really start the conversation for us. And before we do that, just really want to read off and let you know that Ronnie Puzon was born and raised in the Boston, Massachusetts area to Filipino immigrants. After spending 20 years in the finance world in New York and Boston, he retired in 2012 to focus on real estate. He currently owns a real estate brokerage, is an investor in residential real estate, and assists buyers and sellers with all their real estate needs. So without further ado, let's please roll the video tape for Ronnie. Well, hey, Ronnie Puzon is here. Ronnie, how are you, my brother?
Good, thanks, Coach. Very nice. Thanks for having me, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. Well, since you're here, you have been tasked with starting this conversation about the future of work. And we will follow your lead. So please, thank you so much again for being here, Ronnie, and take it away.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know who that guy in the video was, but hopefully no one's disappointed when they see my actual face there, but I'll take it, So thanks everybody, and honored to share the stage with Anthony and Art also, as well as the coach. But yeah, as Ruben said, I co-own a real estate brokerage, Trinity Real Estate. We're located in Saugus, Massachusetts, a little bit about 5 or 10 minutes north of Boston. Currently have 15 agents. Yeah, it's like my bio said, I assist buyers, sellers, renters, home buyers, investors on the residential and commercial side. So basically all real estate needs. I'm also a homeowner, investor, multifamily rentals, flipper, and I also keep an eye on the market, the financial markets every now and then, probably from my old haunts. So I guess you could say that I practice what I preach in my business, so I can relate personally to my clients and to the agents in my office. So I'm just giving you a brief history. Real estate has historically been a boring industry, especially like multifamily or residential. If you look at a chart, long-term chart, till fairly recently, real estate was an asset that returned about an average of 2% per year. So it went to, it was primarily used to smooth out investing portfolios and basically to provide a safety nest egg for homeowners. In the last 20 years or so, real estate has become very popular, both as an investment and a safety nest egg to live in, for owners. So, as you can probably see from my color of my hair, actually, I've been through a few economic cycles, a pandemic, and a few presidential administrations in the last 20 years. So I like to say that I've seen it all and I know it all, and what the future of real estate is for sure, with my crystal ball, but I don't. We just have to do whatever we can to adapt. You have to adapt to your client because they are the ones who are going to, be driving the market. And if you're not on certain social media platforms and communicating with your clients the way they want to, you will be left behind. So, I can't wait to get into these, these topics, for the future of real estate. And that's about it. But, one thing I want to say is that, on the transactional side too with real estate, it has changed a lot. And it is our job as either, real estate agents or investors or anybody in the real estate realm, to stay in front of these new and exciting changes. So that's my
Ronnie, thanks for kicking out that conversation. Thanks for starting that conversation for us. Really appreciate it. One of the things that stuck out for me that you had shared, and I really do respect it. As a real estate agent, you learn a lot more of what you're doing, so you actually invest. I know a lot of real estate agents who don't even know the first thing that comes to the first thing to even say to a customer when they want to invest in real estate is it might be something like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100 agents actually do any kind of investing. And given the fact that you've actually come from the finance industry, I can really appreciate that you actually shared that real estate. Yeah, you're right. It was boring for a while until Instagram came out.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You know what I mean? But it's true. It's evolved a lot. It's changed a lot. I'm really excited to get into how the nitty gritty on how those changes are affecting everybody. So I wanted to give everyone a chance to share their insights before we get into the live Q&A. So what say you, Art?
Well, I've known Ronnie for quite a while. I met Ronnie through the Asian Real Estate Association of America. Actually, I met both Ronnie and Anthony through that. And I will say, and this is not a commercial, if you're going to go to the real estate battle, you want these two gentlemen on your side. And it's all about education. And if you're everything from investing in your first home or your future homes, you need these gentlemen on your side to really educate. And I go back to what Ruben preaches, which is to also connect and collaborate. These gentlemen are part of the connection. So I'm advocating that this is a good part of what we're here to talk about today.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's absolutely true. Yeah, no, the ARIA is the commonality for a lot of us. Right. As I mentioned with the investing side, it same holds true with the commercial. If you have 100 real estate agents doing residential, there's probably a very small fraction of them doing commercial real estate. So I'm so happy to have Anthony, the CRE boss, here. Anthony, what say you in terms of your insights on what Ronnie had mentioned to start the conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you again, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, it is for us on the commercial real estate world, relationships. And I really am honored to be here with Ronnie and Art, because it really all came out of relationships. We were at a ARIA National Convention. I believe it was in Boston, I believe. And my brother and I were at the hotel checking in. And who comes up to us? Very excited to welcome us to Boston and to the National Convention was Ronnie and Art. And so that shows you kind of the power and just the closeness of relationship of these gentlemen, but our industry. It's hard to find people that you can really find trust and really a friendship with. And thankfully, I have these guys with us. And I was saying, I'd go to battle with these guys any day, because as you guys know, real estate, especially on the commercial side, can be a dog-eat-dog world. And so, with key connections and relationships, that's really what wins the day. And we just wash and repeat. So I'm really thankful for these gentlemen's, friendship and business relationship. And we just keep it going. And then doing this through this platform, we just continue to grow our network. And so really exciting stuff.
100%. Yeah, no, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anthony, for adding that. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for the future of real estate, primarily because I think there's so much technology and ways to get out there and promote yourself. And there's only going to be less and less people doing that. And as you say, it seems like, as many people who are in the business, there's only a really small handful of people that are known. So everyone's trying to get known, and hopefully this is just the start of growing this network the networks that you guys already have. So certainly I feel like we're going to have a lot of questions about what's going on in real estate and how you have all been able to not only survive but continue to thrive in the business. So we're going to start to transition into what I think is my favorite part of the show, is our live Q&A. So let's go there. Oops. Okay, so if this is your first time tuning in to a live community networking event, it's they say that marketing is all about engagement, and engagement is really about what makes this conversation. It's really what's going to make this conversation an amazing one. So what I'd like to do is start just mentioning recognizing the people who are here. So again, my son is helping us produce. So obviously he's here, but he says, Ronnie, thank you for being here. And I'm sure he meant that for both of you guys, Art and Anthony as well. We already have some questions. So you know what, as these comments come in and come through, we'll basically post them. So the first question is actually from my son. So let's do our best. How has real estate changed for your role now that AI has taken over? And maybe not just specifically AI, but maybe you can speak about technology as a whole in terms of how it's changed. And since you guys been in the business, you guys, like Ronnie says, he has the gray hair to prove that he's been in the business. You guys can compare and contrast how it was when you first started to when it is. So maybe let's do that. Ronnie, I'll give you the honors. How about that?
Yeah.
How has it changed now that AI and technology has taken over?
Yeah. So let's I guess let's put AI to the side for a second, but just technology. Before, when you're in a transaction, you get an offer accepted, you're running around getting wet signatures from everybody. You're running around having people sign, buyer sign, seller sign, you're delivering checks. Now with the technology that they have nowadays, you can electronically sign, these offers, these purchase and sales, these LOI, I don't know about LOIs. I'll have Anthony speak about that, but just makes life so much easier. You can get, so much done and such little time. You're not inconveniencing your client, having to meet them, in a coffee shop. So that's one aspect of technology. The other aspect is obviously like right now we have the ability to receive deposits, on the accepted offers electronically also, which is great. So there's nobody running around for checks. Well, there's not a lot of people running around for checks anymore, or anything like that, and everything is secure. So, that's one thing. The AI, on part of the AI, right now it does have AI does have a space or a place in real estate for the day-to-day activity, possibly not, but possibly for lead generation. For AI, you have a program that actually goes out there, scours the public records, and basically will predict or analytically predict who's going to sell. So that way you can target, that demographic or that person or that area, and just basically send all your mailings or give them a call or something like that. But it's just one of these things where in the day-to-day operation, I think it's still a human to human and a more service oriented transaction. So that's where I am.
100%.
Yeah, I definitely want to echo what Ronnie is saying there, because it's true. Maybe AI is good for, the administrative things of our business, things that are just running behind the scenes. But I can tell you that in commercial real estate, it's still a very one-to-one relationship style business, because we're dealing with really large transactions. When you're talking about 5, 10 million, 20 million, $50 million deals, people want to know who they're dealing with on the other side. And it's still eye-to-eye relationships, still handshakes, and making sure that you trust the other side of the table that you're doing this big commercial real estate transaction with. And of course, you're leveraging all your various business partners, like commercial insurance, attorneys, architects, engineers. So everybody has to be trusted partners in this endeavor. And so that still keeps the human element. But as far as technology, yes, it definitely makes life easier when you have these DocuSigns. And, we have a commercial real estate training platform that's national. And when people join our program, they can easily, pay for the program where we're doing coaching through Zoom, and easy Zelle payment or, PayPal or whatever it may be. And then we're off and running, coaching and training them around the country. So it definitely helps in the ease of doing business. It's not the old school checks and things like that, but we use the technology. And then the last thing is, of course, the Instagram and Facebook have been huge, as well as YouTube, phenomenal in growing our exposure online. So now we've got student agents in 10 states and growing throughout the US because of technology. So
it's amazing. It's easy. It's a lot easier to network and grow that out. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Yeah. Now, as far as I think it's almost like from ease and efficiency, like no professional wants to spend their time doing what most of us would call administrative work, and it's taking out a lot of that administrative work out there. I remember in the conventional business, you used to staple, you had to use the right size folder, the legal the loans, and you had the right size. Like, I didn't get into, you know what I mean? Sometimes some of the things you learned back in the day wasn't even real estate related. It was just like being a professional. And now it's like, you don't even have to worry about all those things. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those things. But Art, you're in the commercial, you're also investing a little bit. I mean, how would you say technology has changed with you?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna bring it right down to a personal experience, because I just bought a home. I mean, up here in Maine right now, I live in Massachusetts, and I got to tell you the importance of having a Ronnie and a Ruben involved. Everybody uses technology to kind of locate an opportunity. It's kind of like buying a car. But I immediately went to a local broker here that helped me buy it. You can't, everybody thinks they can buy it themselves. No, you want to be able to enlist the local person to kind of not only that adds that value, not only the transaction, but I'm now doing a build out here. If I didn't have this realtor to help me through what contractors I could use to kind of finish my basement, if I didn't have that capability and that relationship locally, I would have been really at risk. Really, this is your biggest investment. typically is real estate. So I think technology is good to get information, but it's still a relationship business. Back to Anthony, you got to use somebody local to, especially on the buying side. If you're not buying an area you don't know anything about, like coming to Massachusetts, the first person you should be calling is Ronnie, because I know he knows the local area, especially if you're from out of state. And I know if I'm going to New York and New Jersey, the first person I'm going to call is Anthony. So that's what I say about technology. Use the technology to get information, but use the local relationship to really make sure you solidify what you're buying is correct and how to do it right.
100%, 100%. Yeah, no, I had I put that quote up there for a reason, and we'll be talking more specifically how this platform would address that local those local issues. But wanted to post up this question as well from Emerson. Emerson says, what challenges are you seeing in today's market with rising interest rates and low inventory, and how are you helping your clients, navigate them effectively? Maybe not specifically a future of real estate question, but more of like the present day real estate. Anthony, I'll let you go first on that one. How about that?
Sure. Yes. Regarding interest rates, yeah, I mean, definitely, as you can imagine, people are paying attention to what the current interest rates are at this point. So it does hold certain groups of people back as far as is this a time to invest or buy? But again, commercial real estate or just real estate in general, if you have a good property and you're in it for the long term, this is something where interest rates will go up and down, but the property will remain the same. And so whether it's a really strong commercial real estate investment or a home, I would say go for it if it makes sense for you and you have that tie, because you just have to be able to acquire that property. And in my world with commercial real estate, thankfully we have a lot of private equity and venture capital, family office money. So the thing with the interest rates is not so much a big concern of us, because they have this cash hoard of funds, thankfully, that wealthy individuals and families are looking to invest instead of keeping it in the bank. So thankfully that it's not much of a big concern when it comes to finding the funds. As you guys may know, all good deals, they find the money. So the money comes to all good deals. And so thankfully we've been experiencing that. But I would say, again, if it makes financial sense and it's not really putting you in a major bind with payments, try to acquire that property. Be creative, and there's ways, as you know, Ruben, ways to acquire property through creative financing. So whether it's the owner holding the note or whatever it may be, as far as that goes.
100%, 100%. Yeah, no, thank you so much, Anthony. Ronnie, I'm going to let you take this question more from a residential perspective and kind of share your thoughts and insights.
Yeah. I'll just echo a lot what Anthony said. Those are great points. A couple of points are, when I deal with investors, and they're looking at the multifamily, they said, what do you think? If they're paying 7.5 right now for a loan and the numbers work for them, I say, go for it. I actually personally love buying property in a high interest rate environment, because if the numbers work now at 7.5, who knows, if the rates ever do come down at some point, it just juices your return, right? Because if you go from a 7.5 to a 5.5, that's all money in your pocket. If you're buying a property overpriced or high priced at 2.5%, 3%, 4%, there's really no way to go but up, actually. So. But yeah, I when I talk to investors, and I tell them, about, what the rates are, I said, listen, do you know, the numbers work? And they say, can you run the numbers for me? I will run the numbers for them. But I said, these numbers work. And, at 7.5, if you do have a chance to come down in the 5 or 6 in a few years, actually, that's going to be money in your pocket, So, I tell investors and first time buyers too. I just said, if the home's going to work for you, purchase it. Just like Anthony said, because, you'll get, if you're a buyer buying, all right, 7.5%, hopefully you'll have a chance to refi lower, but, you're enjoying the house, right? So you're collecting money on it, you're collecting income on it. And that's it. But, people out there, if they're looking to buy houses, do not be afraid, these rising rates, or rising rates or high rates right now. The low inventory should be the thing that's concerning, because, even if you're willing to pay, 8%, 9%, 10%, if there's no inventory, there's nothing for you to buy. So that's the thing you should be looking at. So, and again, if it's a good deal, money will come to it, and, just like in commercial, banks will lend you the money actually on an investor deal. So
100%. Yeah. If there's a good enough deal, someone's going to lend you the money for sure. For sure. Questions are coming in fast and furious. So want to bring them up. Daryl, my insurance guy, that's his brand. Thank you so much for the question. I can see relationships are being key to what you do. How do you create new relationships and nurture them to deepen the relationship? Art, I'm going to give you this one since you didn't get a chance to answer the last one.
I think relationships key, especially if it's not only a relationship, trust. I think a lot of people are using trust as a word, and people are going to trust. The best actually trust is when you're getting referred in by a Ronnie or a Anthony or Ruben, because if somebody trusts those guys and they refer you in, it's going to deepen the relationship from the start, because it's coming with some with experience already. I think the way I do it is to build on that is trust is based on delivering some value, okay, and deepens the relationship. You add value rather than just simply doing the transaction. You're gonna get referred to other people. People are looking for that edge of what differentiates you from the transaction. And if you can't create value, then you're just going to be in that what I call commodity-driven relationship. If you create value, is when they're going to say, you got to talk to Ronnie, because not only did he find me a place, not only did he help me find a finance, he helped me connect with a good attorney, help me with a good banker, whatever it may be. And they need to fix something. Oh, I got a contractor that I can relate. That's the value of having a Ronnie or Anthony. So that's my big thing, is how to deepen the relationship, go beyond the transaction, and create the value.
100%. Ronnie or Anthony, I'll allow you to take this question as well, because I think it's a good question in regards to relationships.
Yeah, no, I can't. That's Art hit it right on the head when it comes to deepening that relationship. You have to be of value, because how do you differentiate yourself from the other, for me, commercial real estate brokers, the other real estate agents, the other insurance agents? It's how you treat the client and how you make them feel and what you've done for them, not just in just one aspect of the transaction, but multiple ways that you've helped them, connect them. I'll give you an example of one of my clients. Not only did we help them with the real estate of a restaurant, but now we're helping them with their acquisition of their liquor license, as well as their lending in Hoboken for that liquor license and for additional expenses of a build out. So right there, I've made that relationship ironclad, right? Bulletproof from any other commercial broker that tries to attempt to approach my client, because we've gone to a deeper level in terms of our relationship and what we've done for our client. And I'll tell you, I mean, with these guys, I've broken bread with them many times. And so, go beyond just the meeting at the conference room, right? It's when you break bread together over lunch, over dinner, and talk about business, but even getting into your personal life. I mean, that's where relationships are formed and strengthened, and then business just comes out of that naturally, organically.
Love it.
It's amazing. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, no, if you follow Anthony on Instagram, he has a lot of fun. So he's always out, man. I'm jealous. Always out in town and the New York area.
Somebody's got to do it. Someone's got to do
it. This is we got more questions. What advice would you give me if I wanted to get into the real estate business like my dad? Julius, good question. And I'm sorry, Ronnie. Let's start off with you. What say you on this?
Well, you can call me actually, and I'll get you in here. No problem.
Now that he knows you, you can. Exactly.
No. Hey, I guess develop a passion to help people out. I mean, that's first and foremost. Is you want to help your clients out, right? You want to be there. You want to be their trusted advisor. You basically want to be like your go-to. You want to be the go-to person for your client, not just real estate. We always say, like, the wedding is at the closing, but then the marriage is right after the closing, right? Because what happened is, you go through the transaction, you're kind of dating, you close, it's like the wedding, everybody's happy. And then afterwards, it's like, hey, do you know a contractor? Do you know this person? Do you know a plumber? Yeah, I have all these guys actually, so I'm that reference. And then what's going to happen is that they will, your clients will refer other people to you, because that's what it is. So it's the passion, obviously, like, the joy and the passion for real estate also, you have to love it, whether it's commercial or residential real estate or working with investors, you do have to develop the knack actually to get in. But I think those are the ones, and be a good salesperson, be able to talk to people, wherever they want, I always think like, oh, texting people and, trying to talk to people on Snap or Insta or anything like that. But if that's the way people want to be connected to and talk to communicated with, so be it. I'm a face-to-face, just like Anthony said. I break bread with people. You can easily do that over social media and all those all the new avenues that they have today for communication. So
yeah, 100%. Art, I want to give you the opportunity, because I know that you're slightly different business, obviously insurance and investing. But what advice would you?
I go back to education, connecting, just like you're doing. Watch this show, connect with the people that are in the show and with people in your community, and collaborate. To me, at that early age, you got to really kind of dig in and educate yourself, and then connect with somebody that in the family that does real estate. Really ask those questions. And again, you got to be passionate. Don't do it for the money, because a lot of people do it for the money, but they're not passionate. And they find a couple of years how hard it is and how hard it is to make the money. If you like what you're doing, you're gonna do well, and the money will come.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think the whole passion, passion can be used for any industry, and you're absolutely right, though. Similar kind of question asked in a different way. I want to give Anthony the opportunity to start to answer this one. If you were to start over and you knew what you knew now, what would you do differently to progress sooner?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good one, because I think I can speak for myself that the reason why where I am is because of my past, and because if I didn't go through all those various gyrations of working for various corporations and working on Wall Street, and then to the point of transitioning to commercial real estate, who knows where if I would be in commercial real estate. So it's one of those things that probably I wouldn't change anything, but if I were to tweak something, probably get into commercial real estate faster. Because it's all, as you guys know, property rises over time, and so if you can get there earlier, before a Hoboken becomes a Hoboken, a Jersey City becomes a Jersey City, right? In Massachusetts, a Somerville becomes Somerville. It's good to get in on the ground level before they turn into big metropolises. But I wouldn't give up anything. I mean, this is what makes it me is because of my experiences, good and bad. Because as you can see here, we're all experienced and seasoned professionals that we're not in our 20s and 30s anymore. We've gone through around the block a few times, and that's the reason why we are here where we are, as far as owning our own business, being managing partners and owners of our business, because thankfully we've seen the formulas of other companies and we decided to build our own. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole thing here, guys, is, that's why we're here helping the Filipino American community. And just tell you the truth, any community in general, is to, learn from your past and learn from your experiences in your 20s and 30s. And then hopefully you have enough of the courage to be that person that, you're meant to be, be that boss, be that person that, say you want to make a difference and start a legacy. And I can tell you that all the gentlemen here, including you, Ruben, we all have our own businesses, thankfully. Yeah. Right. And so I think that's the main thing, is leaving a legacy, being a trailblazer. And that's the reason why we're here. We're trying to also help influence other people, obviously the younger generation, that's right behind us, but also other people in other industries. Take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith.
That's
right?
exactly it. That's exactly it. So what I just saw one of our first questions pointing specifically to our Filipino American community. I'm going to bring it up. Are there any issues in real estate currently that our fellow kababayans in the U.S. should be concerned about? Art, I'll let you answer this. I know that we had mentioned something specific in the pre-show. So,
Right. Well, I think there are a lot of changes happening as everybody know, and with especially on the lending side with leveraging. You know, a lot of folks, it's the prices of real estate isn't going down; it's going up, Bobby, and people are leveraging more, and so you need professionals, whether it's realtors or lenders, to guide you through it. You know, a couple of years ago, Asian Americans weren't even on a loan application, didn't even have a box to say Asian American, was other. Right. So part of what all these gentlemen there, and part of the Asian American, we were able to lobby at the federal level to give us ourselves the identity. So the key element is you need leaders, and you need to connect with leaders that are going to fight for your battle. Especially if you're Asian American, you gotta be able to get on that, what I call, level playing field. So you're going to see things happening on the lending side that are going to compromise the ability to make it easier to get that loan, right? So to me, that's where you connect with the Ronnies and the Rubens. Get people that know how to get through this and how to get through the legislation, how to fight the battle for you. Doing alone is very difficult. It's hard to win being a Michael Jordan by yourself. You need a team. So build that team now. Build the folks that here, build that team. And like I said, it's not going to get easier. And that's why you need to have that team and connect now. Again, educate, connect, collaborate. I'm going to keep saying that, Ruben, because I love it.
Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point why we're here. That's the whole point why we're here. And really just I want to give y'all, before we transition, it's almost been an hour, if you guys can believe that. It goes by so quick. No specific questions other than to really kind of just have you answer like what your take on the future of real estate is. We had someone, Emerson asked that. It's essentially, what do you think the future of real estate is, right? Like, we're talking about the future of real estate. There's so many different aspects and things to consider. But please share, and and maybe you include what you're more concerned about as what's going to be going or what's going to be changing in the future. So Ronnie, I'll give you the first crack at that one. What do you say? What do you think?
Yeah, the future of real estate is bright and strong. We may have some hiccups here and there, but I think people have to live somewhere, and that's been my mantra the whole time. Whether you're an investor, you're going to live in it, or you're buying it to house somebody for investment. People have to live somewhere. So, and that's the main thing. And if land is not, they're not creating more land, right? So land is, getting scarcer and scarcer, whether it's in the Northeast or any part of the U.S. So just one of these things where, if you're going to get into real estate, the future is still there. I mean, it's still bright. It's not going to be a dying business, unless something catastrophic changes in the law or something like that, where you can't own real estate and it goes to, whatever. But, it's neither here nor there. But, you just have to know that people have to live somewhere. And somebody told me that a while back. I said, what, that's actually right. And that's probably why I was buying all my properties. I said, yeah, even if it, I need to put my money somewhere. And even if, I get fired, I lose my job, people do have to live somewhere, and if not, I'll live in there, because I'll live in my apartments, so, but I think, I think that's basically it. The future's bright and it's going to keep going. And it's one of these businesses, whether you're an agent, investor, flipper, it's still going to be there.
Got it. Yeah. It's so funny that you say that, because that's how my brother got me into the mortgage business in 2005. Hey, you're either gonna get a mortgage or you're gonna pay rent, one or the other. This this business isn't going anywhere. Yeah. Perfect. Well, hey, I'm gonna give Anthony
yes.
the next
yeah.
What? What's your future of real estate?
Ronnie had the exact words that was in my mind and said it like he read my mind as far as bright and strong. Because I'm like, that's why I chuckled when he said bright and strong. I'm like, that's why when you know we're on the same level, on the same frequency. But yeah, I mean, as far as commercial real estate goes, it is very, very strong. I can tell you that things are morphing. Real estate goes with the trends. So what we're seeing now in commercial real estate is taking down a couple of the old, say, office buildings and turning it into a work, live, play situation. You're seeing a lot of hospitality and indoor recreational facilities like indoor pickleball courts, indoor golf simulation businesses, obviously indoor playground facilities for children. It's trying to bring back that experiential aspect of real estate to the forefront, because malls, as you know, old school malls are dying. So how do you reinvent the mall situation? And so it's bringing more activities for children. So it's not dying. It's just turning into a different animal. We're seeing a lot of this work, live, play situations all around. And it's bright. I mean, we're seeing a lot of development and redevelopment in luxury multifamily and mixed use. So downtowns are happening as far as various transit hubs. So we're really excited for the future. And this is the time to actually get into it right now.
Amazing. Last but not least, Art.
The future of real estate, I believe the future of real estate is going to be really economics, understanding the cost of construction, labor, and materials, meaning that the builders have been building these large, monstrous 4,000 or 5,000 square foot home, and I'm really pointing to the younger generation. There'll be a push towards to really understand that you really want sustainable homes, and those homes may not be stick built in the future. They can be built very differently, and it could be modularized homes that are being built that are being meant to be efficient, but they're going to be built, component pricing, right? Because of labor, it's hard to find a group to stick build it. I think you're going to find fabrication walls. You're going to find efficiencies. A 2,025 square foot home is going to be probably a target where you can bring the price down, and you're going to be looking at people that are going to build it a lot more efficiently than before. Meaning, labor is expensive, so you got to build those things a lot faster, smaller, energy efficient, and that's where the future is going. It's tough to be able to buy a 6,000 square foot home right off the bat. So that's where the future is going to be: smaller, sustainable homes, I believe, especially for the younger generation.
No, I get you, definitely. And I'd like to chime in here as far as I think in the future of real estate, and it's a perfect transition where we're gonna introduce what we call our community updates. So with the whole system and platform that we're building here, live community networking, using live community networking, we're building communities, and those communities are going to be communities that are share the same concerns, share similar stories, share similar influencers and producers that can work with each other to do that connecting, collaborating, and creating. So what we want to show you is our plan for the future here and the future of real estate, and we're going to do that by showing this video here.
Real estate is more than a market. It's a mission. Filipinos in Productions elevates Filipino professionals shaping the real estate industry through innovation and cultural excellence. Through curated content, live events, and strategic brand positioning, we connect real estate leaders to global audiences. Support our mission. Your story can inspire others. Call or text 781-399-5433 or email support@filipinosin.com to connect.
All right. So along with those community updates, so the gist of that is that everyone who is an influencer within the real estate network, we're working to build this community where we can actually create content for them that will serve them in this future of real estate that we have just been talking about. And the thing, the production that we're going to be launching in the very near future is this concept of Learn Local Live. And the reason why we're producing this show is primarily to solve the issue that we brought up in the very beginning. The whole issue with the problem. Well, let's not call it a problem. Let's call it a challenge with real estate is that it is local. So anyone that's really looking to buy in Massachusetts, buy or invest in Massachusetts real estate, really only cares about Massachusetts real estate. Same goes with New York or New Jersey. So what we're working to create with influencers here that we've mentioned, Art, Anthony, and Ronnie, is to create this local presence for them that has not existed up until now. So it could be as simple as saying, I live in Carlsbad, 92009. I want to create a live show. It's going to be happening every Thursday, and every Thursday we're going to talk about all the properties that came onto the market in the past week. And if you want the latest and greatest news about what's happening in Carlsbad, 92009, all you have to do is tune in and engage. And essentially, this can work, and this is actually very, very helpful. When we talk about value, Art, you had mentioned about value. Well, there's really no smaller cross section than like buying a piece of real estate in a specific zip code and utilizing this network of professionals that we have here. So we'll have way more information on what that might look like very soon. And our resources and ability to produce this content is going to be handed and extended to you guys primarily first, because you guys are here, you guys are contributing, you guys are participating, and we want to help you build that brand that will allow you to really educate, inspire, and empower people, and build the relationships that you guys have been talking about here, right? Because it's important. As much as technology is going to rule the day, man, it's only going to get us to the point. Sometimes I describe technology as like, if you have 100-step process to doing anything, it might take 99. Technology might take the first 99 steps, but the 100th step is probably going to involve a human.
Right.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, the future is bright, especially for people in the real estate business. And what I would like to do is, really, before that, we're going to get to our last word, but we want to just really mention our upcoming events. If you liked today's episode and you're in education, please tune in next week. We'll be talking about the future of education and how it relates, and what is there to know and be aware of. After that, we'll be talking about the future of healthcare. And then after that, future of technology as a whole. And then we'll be wrapping up the following week. But what we want to do right now is get to what I like to really call the last word. It's really just your last opportunity, you guys, to promote or drop any words of wisdom that you would like to impart on any of our viewers. And if you have any more questions, we actually have more questions, guys. So if we didn't get to all of them, some interesting ones specifically to you, Anthony, about your coaching business, and to you, Ronnie, about how you invest in property specifically. So, but we will get to that. But Ronnie, please, just share with us your last word for the show.
Yeah, just like we echoed in this show, the future of real estate is bright. Just don't be afraid to go out there. I know in the media it says interest rates and low inventory, but there is still there are still properties out there, and if it can work, we'll make it work. And we'll go from there. So, if anybody has any real estate questions, has anything to run by me, or buy, sell, or even join hiring. So if you ever want to talk about anything financial, feel free to call, reach out, email, text. I'm available. So I'm pretty sure my contact information is going to be in the comments below.
Awesome. Thank you, Ronnie. Anthony, your last words for the day.
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you have that, the main thing, and I was shared earlier, is find that passion. Find that passion that you have for whatever it is, and try to make a living out of it. Thankfully, I found my passion in commercial real estate, and it made it my living. So you never find that it's something that you can turn on and off. This is something that I can speak 24 hours a day. Is about commercial real estate. So when you find that passion, you'll never work a day in your life, right? So that's what I would say. And go for it now. We're living, when you say in the future, we are in the future. This is 2025. Remember when we were younger, 2025 sounded like the future. Well, guess what? We are in the future now. It's the present. So go for that. Take that leap of faith in your journey of life and in your occupation, and just go for it. And then as far as my coaching, please reach out to us. You can follow us on Instagram at Commercial Real Estate Boss. It's at Commercial Real Estate Boss is our Instagram, and our website, commercialrealestateboss.com. So I really appreciate being here and how I can help you guys. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Really appreciate you. Last word, Art.
I call follow up. I mean, this is, a great platform to connect, right? So follow up, and you're seeing this is basically a virtual Filipino Chamber of Commerce and network. I don't think anybody's ever done this. So, if you're out there and you want to reach out to somebody, reach out to this group, especially Ruben and Emerson. That's the best way to get resources to help you guys or gals in today's world. It's hard to do it alone. We're here to support each other. We're family, essentially. So please reach out, follow up, and connect.
Awesome. All right. Well, last word I have for you guys is salamat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. We're going to end with our closing production video. Until next week, everyone, make it a great week.
Pinoy kasigaw na, sige, kung maganda kasigaw na, sige, kung buhay mo'y mahalaga, sige, salamat sa iyong suporta, sige, Pinoy kasigaw na, sige, kung maganda kasigaw na, sige, kung buhay mo'y mahalaga, sige, salamat sa iyong suporta.